welcome to this episode of Darts World Let's Talk Darts. My name is AJ Umston-Toft of the Darts World Weekly podcast. And on this episode, my good friend and co-host of the Darts World Weekly podcast, Harry Masterson, has an interview with the Highlander, John Hnederson, the discussion of his recent win at the World Seniors Darts Championships and his plans and aspirations for the rest of the year. So let's go to that interview with Harry and Hendo.
Firstly, John, many congratulations on becoming only the second winner of the World Seniors Championship on your debut as well. Can you please sum up your emotions from an eventful 4 days?
It was absolutely. I was buzzing on Sunday night. I must admit, at the start of the tournament, was I expected to win. I felt as though if I play my A game, it was. I had a very good chance. There's a strong field, a lot of big names there, and obviously Robert going for 3 in a row as well. So no, it was very pleasing, absolutely buzzing to actually say that I'm a world champion, even though it is seniors, but still a massive, massive achievement.
You mentioned where your game's at. You played Jim Long and Colin McGarry in the semi-finals and final, and didn't even drop a single set. You must be happy with where your game is at the minute.
Yes, I think in the earlier rounds, I struggled with doubles. I struggled with the lighting as well, if I'm being honest. It was very bright up there, but my doubles didn't turn up. But against Jim and against Colin, the doubles were there. The finishing was there. So that's my game now. If my doubles are there, then I win games. But if I'm struggling lately, but no, on the Sunday it came together and it showed with the result. I didn't drop a single set, which I was quite surprised about. But no, it's all about the finishing with me, and it turned up on Sunday, so it was very pleasing.
From winning the World Cup back in 2021 with Scotland and Peter Wright, where does Sunday's achievement rank in comparison with that?
Oh, right up there. It is. I must admit, when I won the World Cup with Peter, it was absolutely the biggest thing ever happened to me in darts. But a lot of people do say I had Peter to kind of hold my hand. He was kind of giving me a kind of guidance to get through that games. But this weekend at the seniors, it was all about me, what I was going to do. So that's the pleasing thing. But as an accolade, I would actually put it up very, very on par with winning the World Cup. Definitely.
You started playing on the seniors at the back end of last year. How have you found it in comparison to other competitions in different organisations?
It has been strange. Kind of the shorter format as well. Obviously, coming off the Pro Tour, being best 11, and then going into a couple of tournaments which was best of 5, which was quite hard. I was hitting the winning double, and I'm going through again and forgetting I've already won. So it's just trying to get into that mindset of being shorter formats. But the standard it actually surprised me. Yes, there's a couple of players that maybe didn't up to par, but you still have to get close to the late 80s and early 90s for the averages. So the standard's there, and I've actually enjoyed it. I didn't think I would again, but I know I've really enjoyed it. I've had a good couple of wins on the tour as well, which is very pleasing as well. It's getting back to winning ways. So, no, it's been a really bonus for my game this seniors.
Obviously, it would have been a little bit of a disappointment with what happened at Q School at the start of the year, but the opportunities are still there away from the PDC circuit. You could even say you're off to a better start this time around after what happened at the Circus Tavern over the weekends. I
know. Well, when I lost my card last year, it was a case I came home from Q School and thinking, like, where does my darts go from here? Obviously, I'll have the Challenge Tour. And then obviously, the Super Series came, and then obviously turning 50, the seniors. So when I lost my card, I was in a bit of doubt of where my career's going. But I was actually busier last year than I've ever been. So as you said yourself, the options are there now without a card. And obviously, if you're 50, you've got the seniors as well. So I think it's helped my game is playing regular darts, because on the Pro Tour, you have one weekend and maybe 3 or 4 off, then another weekend. If you don't get the Euro Tours, so you can have a bit of a gap. But at the moment, I'm playing there every weekend. You've got the seniors, you've got the Super Series, Challenge Tour. If I do well in the Challenge Tour, I could get into the Pro Tours and the exhibitions. So it's every weekend, which it's certainly helping my game.
You mentioned the Challenge Tour. You came very close to a spot at the Ali Pali last year and a spot on the Pro Tour. You just missed out to Owen Bates. From what happened last year, can you take confidence going into this year? Because from the looks of it, you adapted to the format very well.
I know. I enjoyed the Challenge Tour last year, and you're right. It was going to come so close. I think going into the last weekend, I was quite a bit off it. And then I won one, so it put me right in the mix. And then going into the very last, I was the one that looked like it was going to finish second. And then obviously what happened with Owen, fair play to Owen, he did what he needed to do. So it was a wee bit, I was a wee bit gutted. But no, the Challenge Tour has been good. It's kind of, I've enjoyed it. It's as I say, it's a regular darts, which is what's all my game's all about. But no, I'll take a lot of confidence for last year coming so close. I know I can do it. I know what it's all about, so hopefully I can keep on doing the Challenge Tour. You never know, I might get my tour card this way. That's the plan anyway.
You currently sit 9th in the rankings ahead of the likes of Connor Scott, Andy Bolton and Max Hopp. How did you find the opening 5 events last month in Milton Keynes?
It was all right. I must admit, I felt as though I played okay. Once again, doubles let me down, but no, I think the first one last year, I think I was sitting something like 49th after the first weekend, and then went to Hnederson and had a really good weekend, winning one, came runner-up in another one. So hopefully I'm actually sitting at a better place than I was last year. My game's in a good place. Obviously, with that win last week, I'll take confidence from that going into the next set of Challenge Tours. So, no, looking forward to it. Go to Hnederson next month, and hopefully I can kick on and move up that rankings and get into that top 2 spot.
And finally from me, what is the plan for this year? There will be later tournaments that you will be invited to. You've already mentioned the Modus Super Series and the Seniors and the Challenge Tour. But is it a case of just trying to go as far as possible in those competitions?
Oh, definitely. Obviously, the end goal is to get back on the Pro Tours. I want to get my tour card back. That goes without saying. So I'm using this last year and this year, hopefully good practice to get onto that tour again. Whether it be the Challenge Tour or whether I need to go back to Q School. But just to stay injury-free, in the last few years, I've had injuries with my back, with my knee. But touch wood, 6 months, I have nothing wrong. Everything's going well, game's in a good place. So if I get my tour card through the Challenger, so be it. If not, it'll be Q School and we just go again. So, but no, the end goal is definitely to get back on the tour, Pro Tour.
Thank you very much for your time, John. Well done on your achievement over the weekend, and very best of luck for the rest of the year.
No problem at all. I appreciate the words. Thank you very much. Cheers.
So there we have the interview with the Highlander, John Hnederson. I want to thank him very much for his time there for that interview. And thank you very much, Harry, for a good interview. If you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe to the Darts World YouTube page, where not only will you get future episodes of Let's Talk Darts, but your weekly Darts World weekly podcast. My name is AJ Ermston Toft, and I will see you in the next round.